And now, your Midday Ark-La-Miss news update.
And a good Tuesday afternoon to you. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Randy Stone with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Well, the Union County Animal Protection Society in Arkansas is experiencing difficulties keeping up with the increase in stray animals. According to the El Dorado News-Times, the organization took in about 696 animals in 2022. And only 171 animals were ever adopted. The organization's primary 2022 expense was transporting animals, and their source of dog food for nearly 2 years will no longer be able to help because of inflation. With the animal shelter not having enough finances to manage its animal population, they are asking for support from the community. Please head to our website, myarklamiss.com, for how you can help. The Union County Animal Protection Society will host Pictures with Santa this Saturday. It's December the 10th from 1 to 3 p.m. Now, they can include your pets, your kids, or both, and cost $10 for one or $25 for three. All of those proceeds will go to UCAPS. Heading into an election year, there is one topic that could sway everything, and that is the state budget. Lawmakers in Louisiana will now have to weigh how to balance a budget as potential fiscal cliff is looming. Capitol reporter Shannon Heck brings us insight on what is to come.
This next legislative session is in a fiscal year, so there will be a number of bills looking to reform the state's tax code. But some are pushing legislators to look ahead to help avoid a fiscal cliff that could potentially be here in just a couple of years. As the half-cent sales tax nears its end and other tax revenues steer away from the general fund, there is a gap in the budget that needs to be addressed. 2023 is a fiscal session, so lawmakers can pitch bills to alter the tax code. Groups like LA Budget Project believe that the legislature needs to act now to avoid a fiscal cliff like what the state saw 8 years ago.
Really what the focus should be is on replacing this revenue that's being lost through the fiscal cliff, and they need to replace it in a way that doesn't increase the tax burden on low and moderate income families.
They also suggest cutting back on tax credits and exemptions. The Louisiana Association of Business and Industry agrees they should be looked at for potential changes. The lobbyist says that the focus should be on how to grow the economy.
The budget's fine, quite frankly. There isn't really a challenge with the budget right now. And in 2025, while some taxes have a sunset on them, they can make that decision at that point in time whether the economy has grown to allow those to roll off or whether they need to continue those taxes.
Many also agree that education has to be addressed to help with the wide variety of issues across the state. The Louisiana Budget Project says that the budget will play a major role in the next election, whether it's a key topic or not, because whatever is done in this next legislative session will fall into the lap of the next administration. For your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.
It's all about taxes, isn't it? Well, throughout Women's History Month, NBC 10 will highlight 4 local women who inspire other women. And one will be named the My Ark-La-Miss Woman of the Year and win $1,000 in donations to her charity of the choice. To nominate someone, head to myarklamiss.com or scan the QR code on your screen.
And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather from the most experienced meteorologist in the Ark-La-Miss, Jared Floyd.
Staying very, very warm for early December. Daytime highs today back in the upper end of the 70s. And again, well above normal for really this time of year or just the season in general. Winds will stay out of the southwest 5 to 15 miles per hour with some higher wind gusts. Lows tonight will eventually fall back off the low spot into the mid-60s. Mild, muggy, continuing this above-average stretch that we've been dealing with, really that started yesterday widespread across the area and will stretch through the next several days. Highs approach the 80 mark for Wednesday and Thursday. A weak front late Thursday should kind of reset temperature, so to speak, going into the weekend. But we'll stay near or above normal for this time of year. Overnight lows will fall back into the 50s. Keep an eye on a few spotty showers and storms in the forecast as they kind of work their way back in off and on over the next several days. But really the general rain chances look to stay quite limited here in the short term. By the weekend, we could see some scattered activity and development, but generally speaking, just above average temperatures, especially for this time of year, for at least the next few days. Keep an eye on the rain chances as they could sneak back in and increase a little bit through the early parts of next week.